Imagine this: a world where emperors are humiliated by rabbits, tomatoes stand trial for their lives, and armies return from war with more soldiers than they started with. Absurd? Absolutely. But as bizarre as these stories sound, they are all true. Napoleon versus rabbits. It's 1807. Napoleon Bonaparte, the mighty conqueror of Europe, organizes a rabbit hunt to entertain his men. But the event takes a comical turn when the rabbits, instead of fleeing, launch a coordinated assault on the emperor and his party. Napoleon and his men retreat in chaos, chased by a horde of determined bunnies. While history remembers Napoleon for his military genius, this moment reminds us that even the greatest leaders can fall victim to the unexpected and the adorable. The pig on trial. In 1386, a pig was arrested in France for the murder of a child. It was imprisoned, tried, and ultimately executed. Animal trials were surprisingly common in the Middle Ages, but the idea of a pig facing justice feels almost too surreal to believe. Yet this wasn't just a quirk of medieval law. It was a reflection of how societies grappled with the concept of guilt and punishment. The 38-Minute War. On August 27, 1896, the Anglo-Zanzibar War erupted. It lasted just 38 minutes, leaving one British sailor wounded and over 500 Zanzibaris killed or injured. A conflict shorter than your lunch break, yet devastating in its impact. It's a stark reminder of how power imbalances can lead to swift and brutal outcomes. Andrew Jackson's parrot. At Andrew Jackson's funeral in 1845, his pet African gray parrot was removed for swearing so loudly that it disrupted the solemn ceremony. Imagine the awkwardness as mourners tried to pay their respects while the air was filled with expletives. It's a story that's as funny as it is strange, reminding us that even in death, Jackson left an unforgettable impression. Salem and the tomato trial. In 1820, the town of Salem, Massachusetts, held a trial to determine whether tomatoes were poisonous. The fear was put to rest when Colonel Robert Gibbon Johnson ate a basket of tomatoes without harm. It's ironic that a town notorious for its witch trials also had to exercise its fear of a fruit. The Pope and the cats. Pope Gregory IX declared cats to be instruments of the devil, leading to widespread extermination. Some historians believe this contributed to the spread of the bubonic plague, as rat populations exploded in the absence of their feline predators. A decision driven by fear and superstition, with catastrophic consequences. Hitler and the Volkswagen Beetle. Adolf Hitler commissioned the Volkswagen Beetle as an affordable car for the working class. It's unsettling to think that one of the world's most recognizable vehicles has its origins in such dark times. A reminder that even in absurdity, history carries shadows that cannot be ignored. The Dancing Plague. In 1518, the residents of Strasbourg began dancing uncontrollably. For days they danced without rest, and many succumbed to exhaustion or death. Was it mass hysteria? A curse? To this day, no one knows for sure. But what if I told you this wasn't the only instance of history's mysteries? History is full of stories that defy logic and challenge our understanding of the past. They make us laugh, cry, and question how far we've come. If these tales have sparked your curiosity, there's so much more to uncover. Subscribe to this channel, and together, we'll continue to explore the absurd, the fascinating, and the forgotten moments of history. Because sometimes, the strangest stories are the ones that teach us the most.